All right. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful Wednesday night as we get ready to start preparing for your quiz tomorrow and FRQ, as well as your exam on Friday. So let's get to it. So a couple things just to make sure that we know. Tomorrow's quiz, I know I was like a little gung-ho second period, I just totally blanked, is only over memory and thinking and problem solving. So there's no intelligence on that first quiz. So you do not have to worry. It is not a crazy big quiz. So, same as usual, 20 questions, multiple choice, all those things. Hope everyone's doing all right. All right. So let's get to it. Got some questions here. All right. Let's get some questions up. Okay. What's up, Maha? What's up, Zainab? You don't have to be here anymore. No, it is not Siggy Freud, although that reference is appreciated. Yeah, we are looking for either Herman Ebbinghaus or Elizabeth Loftus would be fine. That's kind of both of those would be good answers for this question, as it's fairly open-ended, not too specific. So that's fine. Yep. All right. All right, please let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm here to help. Good. Rehearsal. Nice and easy. Easy peasy. Good. Yeah. Honestly, this quiz is going to be a breeze. There's really not all that much on there. Especially because we haven't had time to add language, which is the other part of this unit, which, simply put, we haven't had time to discuss. But even then, there's only like 5 or 6 major concepts you have to know for that. So, what concept is that talking about? That is state-dependent memory. Very good. Yep, state-dependent memory. Remember that state-dependent memory is talking about like the emotional state that you're in, kind of like, again, in a sense, there's also context effects that plays into this. But the state that you're in, whatever state you're in, that's the state that you're going to best remember things, as well as the mood that you're in is going to influence how you remember something, or like what about it. What is the G factor? Mario, the G factor is not on this exam, or excuse me, not on this quiz, but for your exam, for the exam's sake, what you have is you have this idea that all memory is boiled down. Oh, what's up, Fruit? You gonna hang out with me? That all memory is dependent on this one aspect. And so what Charles Spearman found was that a person's memory was strongly influenced, not memory, but their intelligence was really kind of all piled into this one idea. And that if you were high in this G, that you were high in everything else. Like your intelligence in all subjects was generally higher. So there's this psychologist that we just don't have time to study, but he's one of my favorites. His name is L.L. Thurstone, and he's my favorite because it's pretty sad. So L.L. Thurstone was a psychologist, and he read up on Charles Spearman's work of the G factor, and he's like, no way, like, get this crap out of here, multiple intelligences for life. So what he did is he spent a huge portion of his career trying to prove this idea of multiple intelligences. So what he did, I mean, he went to just crazy lengths to sort this out. No, this intelligence stuff is... You can ask intelligence stuff, that's fine. That's going to be on your test, on your exam tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean Friday. So he did all of this work, and what he found... I mean, he had people take like 56 tests or something like that, and had intelligence broken down into a bunch of different things. And when you factor analyzed his work, basically it just pointed back to the G factor. So he spent like a huge portion of his career trying to just like say that the G factor doesn't exist, and then all of his work literally just helped prove the point of the G factor. So, I mean, we like to think now, and I think, you know, a lot of people struggle with this idea of the G factor, because we think of like, hey, like there are different ways to be intelligent. But for Charles Spearman, it's like, I mean, no, the data doesn't show that. The data, to Spearman's point, shows that like people who are just smart are just smart. Like a person that's just smart is generally just good at everything. And you know, so there's a lot of evidence that supports that, but you know, there's also evidence that goes away from it. So, excuse me. Okay, cool. Good question. Trying to get to my next question. Okay. Okay, is there going to be unit 1 and 2 stuff? Yep. Unit 1, 2, 3, and 4 all on the test. But again, it's only 20%, so it's only 10 questions. So you'll get like 2 questions from unit 2 or unit 1, like 3 questions from unit 2, 3 questions from unit 3, and 2 questions from unit 4, something like that. We are not doing language on this exam. No, we did not. We just don't have time. So when you take the AP exam, it'll be something that good. Yeah, algorithm. It'll be something that you need to like dip into. Okay. So I guess one of the things that we need to do is we need to lecture. We need to finish the lecture that we will do tomorrow. I just ran into a question that I was like, oh, we haven't talked about that yet. So let's do that. Okay. What's the deal? It's kind of like off-centered. Why is that? Oh. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Whoa. Alright, there we go. Okay, everyone can see that. Alright. Okay. Is there stuff we will be lectured on tomorrow? Yep. Everything. I'm just going to. I am tired, Ishal. I get soccer ran late last night. I mean, I didn't get home until like 11:30. Not 11:30. I didn't get home till about 11. So it was just late, and then I have to wake up and teach, and I haven't. Teddy, you're on camera. Hey. So yeah, I'm just tired. So I haven't had a nap or anything like that today. So I will soldier on though. We're gonna be okay. Okay. Oh goodness. All right. John went to the beach for a vacation shortly after having watched a documentary film about shark attacks. Okay. Overestimating the possibility of encountering a shark in the water, he decided to spend the day sunbathing and reading instead of going for a swim. John's reasoning can be explained. What are we... Thank you, Shrey. Yes. No. Teddy, did Prue just kick you off your bed? Go get in your bed. People aren't here for me. They're here for you. No, I can't. Let you live it. That's not why people are here. Don't go lying down at my feet. There's not a bed there. Just go to the bed. Bed? Can you go over there? No. Alright, my dog's not cooperating. Okay. Yeah, so guys, this is representative heuristics. Representative heuristics, please. Come on. The guy literally just watched a shark attack, and now that's like in his mind, and so he is making his decision based on a heuristic. What's the prototype in his mind? Okay, and the prototype is if I get in the water, I'm gonna get attacked by a shark. Oftentimes, our heuristics are influenced by things that we have recently seen. Okay? Alright. So. Yeah. Alright. Okay. So here we go. Let's talk about the stuff that I will lecture on tomorrow before class. Okay. Mental set. Okay. So mental set happens all the time. So an example. Teddy. Okay. So an example for us would be, for me specifically, when I was younger, I got my first car. And that first car broke down. The first time it broke down, like on the highway, and I had to get it towed and all that, it was a battery issue. Basically, the battery just died, and so, battery stuff. So the next time that I had any sort of issue, I was just like, oh, hey, it must be a battery problem. Like, oh, I've got a problem with this. Oh, okay, well, let me go check out the battery. Let me go make sure that the battery isn't dead. And so mental set is basically getting into a, not a rut, but like continuously going back on old patterns in order to solve a problem. You can find this in like just general interactions. Hey, a friend of mine was like upset about something, and I gave them this advice to help them solve the problem, and it worked. And so now, anytime a friend has has any problem anywhere similar to that, I give them that piece of advice. I say, hey, you should do this. And oftentimes we get caught up in, oh, well, hey, this worked before, so let me use it again. Or let me look to solve a similar problem with this solution. And very often it's not, and oftentimes it's not the solution. So that's mental set. And I'll tell the story of these paratroopers in class. Yeah. So, okay, cool. All right, so that is mental set. Okay. So next we have what is known as self-imposed limitations. So self-imposed limitations is literally exactly what it says. As when we are trying to solve a problem, whoa! We jumped up to 30. Oh, never mind. I was about to say, we just jumped up to 38 viewers. I'm like, what? How'd that happen? I was like, where'd all these people come from? How many do we have? We have 25. Yeah, I was just like, whoa. People are... Okay. Shrey, these are all hurdles to problem solving. Self-imposed limitation, mental set, those are all problems. Those are all things that hinder us from properly solving issues. Okay, so again, you're attempting to solve a problem, but we create barriers for ourselves. We create reasons why we can't solve an issue or can't do a thing. A person might think a certain way about themselves, and so because they think that way about themselves, they don't have the ability to be successful in this area. Like, I want to go and ask that attractive person across the room, I want to slide into her DMs or whatever you guys are saying these days. But I don't have the confidence, I don't think I can do it. And I don't think that, that person would go with someone that looks like me. And so you're creating, you have a problem in front of you. How should you approach this person? But you create problems for yourself. You create your own limitations because, most often just lack of confidence or something of that nature. So that's a self-imposed limitation. We see it absolutely. Yeah. I don't know what this is very based. What does that mean? This is very based? Biased? Did you mean to say biased? I don't know what based means. Ashton, you gotta help me out, but I don't know what that means. Ashton out of 10. That's a pretty clever name. Okay, cool. So that's self-imposed limitations. Oh, based means true, cap means lie, and based means true. Got it. I need to write that down. Based equals true. Okay. And I already know cap is a lie. All right. Yeah. See, Maha, we learn things every day. Oh, wait, it has to be unpopular? It's based when it's unpopular. Yeah. Maha, I got you, girl. Yeah. Okay. So it has to be unpopular, or is it just truth? Tell me what you got. You get your shark. All right, good boy. All right. Cool. Okay, so let's keep going. We've got a few more terms to talk about. Okay. Functional fixedness. Okay. So functional fixedness, as it says on the board, it is the inability to see a new use for an object. So what you have oftentimes in your life is you have the tools around you to solve problems. But we oftentimes don't see that a certain thing has a use outside of its normal functioning. So a great example would be you need to unscrew a light bulb. And so you're just like, I don't have a ladder. But you have chairs that are right next to you. You could just use that chair over there and slide it over and use that as a stepping stool to get to that light bulb. That would be functional fixedness. Not able to see a tool for outside its use. Wow, what is going on? Is this thing's like messing up. I'm now like, it says I'm up to 50 views. There's no way there are 50 people on here. Nope. Man, I was just like, did we get almost every student in my class in here? Wouldn't that be great? It's like when streamers on Twitch are like, someone else joins their stream. They like take their entire stream and join somebody else. I don't know what that's called, but it's like a streamer thing. What are you doing? You playing? All right, I'll leave you alone. Okay. So that is functional fixedness. So what? No, I'm not playing with you. We already took our walk. We'll take a walk later. No, you can play. There's a bed over there. No. No. I told you no. Later. Okay. No, 70 is strong. I've never had 70, but we consistently had like half of the students that would get on. So if I had like 100 students, I'd have like 50. So, but I mean, you guys, numbers are down. People are realizing that, I'm just kind of a narcissistic jerk. So people aren't taking my classes much anymore. So. Okay, technically it's supposed to be used in unpopular or hot takes, but people just kind of throw the word. Oh, I gotcha. Are you going to go back over this tomorrow? Yeah, we'll go over this tomorrow. Yep, so. All right, cool. All right, so that's functional fixedness. Another example, you have to screw in something. You don't have a screwdriver, so you use a dime or something, or a pen. What do you want? Do you want to come here? Hello? Are you just needing more attention? Yeah, no. Well, you've been hurt. So Teddy's hurt his paw, so he's been on no fetching for almost 2 weeks now. So feels cooped up. He just has to go for slow, boring walks where he's not allowed to run. Yep. Thanks, buddy. Poor Teddy. Okay. Framing. We've already talked a bit about framing. We just haven't really specifically used the term. But framing is the way in which a question is worded. Will oftentimes, I can go over reconstructive memory. I just read that. Sorry, DT. I saw your thing and I forgot to go back to it. Framing is literally just the way in which you phrase a question will oftentimes influence how people are able to solve a problem. So a simple example would be, okay, you have 2 drugs. One of those drugs is going to save 90% of the population. Oh, cool. That sounds great. Okay, another drug is going to kill 10% of the population. Oh crap, that's not good. Well, they're the exact same thing. But one is phrased in one manner and the other is phrased in another, and that strongly influences how we actually feel about it. So, okay, reconstructive memory. Okay. So with reconstructive memory, is framing what Loftus... Yes. So thank you, Allie. I needed to add that. So in Loftus's research, what she found is that your memory could be influenced by the framing of the question. So if we framed a question in a certain manner, that could strongly influence how a person answered the question. I'm just going to move my camera over here so you get Teddy's pleasantly chewing on his shark. because he has a vendetta against it. And Prue's underneath my legs. What's she doing? She laying on the blanket, trying to might get into attack mode. Hopefully she jumps out. They're warming up to each other, so they've started to like sniff each other. It's taking a long time. Teddy's like, no, don't move. Good boy. You're moving all over the place, Teddy, making this very difficult. I'm not playing with you. Okay, cool. Is that reconstructive memory experiment yeah, the reconstructive memory thing is what is Elizabeth Loftus. Teddy, I can't. You're making this very difficult. Oh, there's Prue. Hey, Prue. There's Teddy. Okay. Okay, so yes, specifically the little car experiment the car crash thing that we showed you, that is Elizabeth Loftus. And then her experiment on the not experiment, like she researched eyewitness testimony and found that it wasn't very good. So reconstructive memory is this idea that your memories are not as solid as you would like them to be. That even though we oftentimes believe that the things that we recall are accurate, that our assuredness of its accuracy does not actually play into whether or not it is actually accurate. So we might be like, oh, 100%, I remember it like this, like this, like this. That doesn't actually show how, it doesn't have a lot of correlation to how accurate we actually are. Oftentimes people might believe that they remember something, down pat, easy peasy, and then you go back and watch a video of it and, not so much. Yeah, this is what I want Teddy to do more often, play-wise, is just do dog stuff. Get that shark. Burn energy without hurting your leg. I'm not exactly sure. I think he just stepped wrong. I was playing fetch with him at ET, and as he was running, he literally was just running after a thing, and he just yelped and pulled up limping. I didn't see his leg do anything that was outside the ordinary, but he's been on bed rest for about 2 weeks now, so just not playing fetch and things of that nature. So eyewitness testimony and phrasing are two ways to reconstruct theory. Could happen. So eyewitness testimony is an example of a real world example of where reconstructive memory have literal dire consequences. And framing is a method to influence reconstructive memory. Yep. Okay, good. All right, let me pull up. Okay, there you go. All right, lecture done. Get some more questions up. And next question. Confirmation bias is what we're looking for here. Very good. Confirmation bias. Excellent. Topic on the FRQ is memory. So information processing model. So the stuff we covered on Thursday and on Monday. Ooh, gotta come back to good old Robert Sternberg's triarch theory of intelligence. Intelligence questions are fair game. You guys can ask those as well. You guys need to go back and look at some Sternberg, baby. Come on! Sternberg's rolling in his grave. Actually, I think he's still alive. Yeah, he's still alive. What was the first IQ test? Binet-Simon scale. Oh, there we go. Tapan's got it. No, I cannot do that, Alia. If you have specific questions about different intelligence people, I have no problems talking about them, but I am not going to do a overview because you guys weren't very good at researching information. So, Binet-Simon scale is the first. Okay, but I will talk about Robert Sternberg. I have no problem talking about that. Conventional, creative, and practical intelligence. Those are your three, okay? So, think of it as your practical intelligence is this, like, hey, excuse me. It's like your street smarts type thing. Like, I know how to change a tire or fix a sink or get from point A to point B without a Google map. And then when you have conventional intelligence is like book smarts. Like, I know how to, solve these math equations. I know how to, do well in school, things of that nature. And then creative intelligence is like, oh, hey, I can think outside the box. I can find new angles in order to solve a problem. Things of that nature. Whew. Excuse me. All right, here's a big one. Okay, so if you take a look at especially a lot of the people with singular that believe in the singular intelligence idea, and Wexler's not one of those. They look at intelligence as an aspect, especially if you're singular intelligence, as an aspect of nature. Like, this is just kind of who you end up being or who you are. And that is one of the big differences with the multiple intelligence people, is that they rely more on the nurture side of things, that your life experiences have a stronger impact on your intelligence. And so what we run into, and what he's trying to say here, is that becoming smarter is not going to fix your problems. Your intelligence is basically stems from what happens in your life. Like, what are you able to learn from the things that have happened to you? So that is what he is trying to say with that effect over cure. That's what he's referring to. Cool. Yeah, validity and reliability. So validity and reliability, specifically when we are talking about testing, validity shows us that the test that you are taking is measuring what it's supposed to measure. When you like tomorrow's quiz, tomorrow's FRQ, Friday's exam, all of those need to be covering topics that you have had the opportunity to learn and to study. Otherwise, they're not valid. If I quiz you over facts about Teddy, that's not testing what I want to test. Like, I want to know, hey, this student has studied, has paid attention, and that they know these concepts in psychology. So I'm going to need to ask you questions about that thing. Reliability would not be as prevalent in our situation. It is more akin to, like, if you create an IQ test. Like, I create an intelligence test. Its job is to measure your intelligence. Oh, well, the first time someone takes it, they got a 90 out of 100. Okay, cool. So then I had them take it again about like 2, 3, 4 weeks later, and then they get a 30. It's like, whoa, wait, hold on. I was super smart a day ago, or a couple weeks ago, and now I'm like really not smart at all. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And so then for me as a teacher, what I need to gauge as the years go on are, now not all of my quizzes are ever like exactly the same, but like, are my students getting similar grades? Like, overall, like, my grades shouldn't be all that different. I'm teaching the same stuff. Maybe I make changes here or there, and the types of questions I'm asking are fairly similar. So how are my kids doing? Are they, keeping up with the curve, or has my reliability dipped? So there you go. That is validity and reliability. Okay. Okay. I just went through all of the progress check questions. So each one of those that I asked was from there. So not very many. All right. Jump over to ask some more. Yeah, throw me some questions. I'm just pulling up new info for you. Nope. I will not be opening progress checks. Those are closed. I've already asked you the questions that are important. More language questions. That's definitely a sensation question. Oh. Uh-oh. When does the 9 weeks end? Soon. I have a picture on my phone of this. I may have deleted. Oh no, there it is. The end of this 9 weeks. Oh, it ends on the 11th, so it's like 2.5 weeks away. It's in March. That is when that officially closes. Can you explain DQ? Trey, what do we DQ? That's not popping into my brain right now. What do you mean? Sure, you don't need to worry about the deviation quotient. That is not a question that comes up. Good. Flynn effect. Yes, the Weiss test that's specifically one of the specific reasons why it was made, because when you get to IQ tests, IQ test is based off your age. It's like your mental age versus your physical age, and when you're 17 and 18, that's significant. But then when you like, what's the difference between a 48 and a 49-year-old? You're like, I don't know, not much. So big difference when you're young. Not a big difference when you're old. College kids are not considered old. No. Okay, let me see. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, interpersonal or intrapersonal would be fine. You could do either. Yeah, remember interpersonal is like relationships with other people, like understanding them. Intrapersonal is understanding yourself. Okay, let's do. All right, so here's the question, and then I'm going to give you answer choices. Okay, good. Yep, club president is what we are looking for. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. All right, 7:50, so let's get a few more questions in and call it a day. Let's see. All right, next question. Good. Mental set is what we're looking for. Next question. Good. Prototype. Excellent. Next. Let's get a few of these rapid fire in here. Not yet, Maha. I don't really have the time. I mean, I don't really have the time right now. Once soccer season's over, I'll get started. Yep. Encoding. Good. Let's get 2 more questions in, and then we'll call it a day. What's up, Alma? Yeah, we started early. Started at 7 instead of 8. Yep. Representative heuristics. Good. Good. All right. What else we got? Hey, buddy. All right. I don't think you need to know. I don't think there's a specific person that you need to know about. I can't think. I don't think there's any like. I don't think there's any like one specific person that we're like. You know, hey, this is the person that like came up with this idea. So. Okay, here we go. I'll put in the answer choices on this one. Amal, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that you will use your you know, you will take time to make good life choices, that you will think through the issues at hand before making a final decision. So, I have all the faith in the world. Yes, well, physics is a lot in and of itself, so. All right. Yep, we are looking for encoding failure. That is correct. Shrey, the reason why that's not why it's not any of those interferences. If it just said interference, sure, but it wasn't specifically like old information blocking new information. Both of the things were happening at the same time. Like it was just two bits of information just colliding together, and this person decided to focus on this other thing instead of the other one. So well, you and I both know that's not what matters. Just because something is fun doesn't mean it was the correct decision. So that is what people tell themselves when they've made very poor life choices, and it is always best not to get into the to do that often. Good. Fluid intelligence. All right. That is my time. Do you guys have any other specific questions? Otherwise, we are going to boogie fluid intelligence. You guys have a nice, easy quiz tomorrow, followed by a nice, easy FRQ, followed by a nice, easy exam. Goodness gracious. Listen, Amal. Come on. You've been with me for too long. It's the truth. Yeah, these kids have been getting a lot. I think I've been calling a lot of kids out in class, Amal. It's a different Mr. Monk. Not the lighthearted person I used to be. We're serious now. We're tough. It's all right, Amal. You'll work it out. I'm not worried about you. All right, kiddos. I am getting the heck out of here. I'm gonna go have some dinner. I'm gonna take Teddy for a walk. Poor dog. He's dying, and that looks like putting me to bed around 8:30. Perfect. Can you give a hard definition for encoding failure before you leave? Yeah, Shrey, you're thinking too much. You know what encoding is. Encoding is just understanding something, and then encoding failure is like you didn't understand it. That's it. So don't always be like, oh crap, where's the exact definition? You know what an encoding is. You know what failure is. Just put those things together. Okay. Later, guys. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. Please don't stay up too late. Get you some sleep. It's not, yeah. Don't panic, guys. You know what encoding is. You know what failure is. You got this. You got this. So remember, the AP exam and there's just no way. Like if you, here, look at this screen. Look at how many questions there are. Look at this. 216. That is just for Unit 5. There are 216 questions on here. Like, I don't have the ability to cover all of this stuff. This unit had 8 days. Like, I gave it, and we had to fit it in a test, quizzes, exams, all those things. So, just recognize where we at, my friends. We cannot do everything, so don't panic. So sometimes you're just going to need to use common sense. So we'll talk about more before your exam. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night, and we will see you guys later.